Hey, what's up? This is Argyle here. Welcome to the 25k sub special. It's a little bit late, but we got there in the end. This is the wardrobe tour, so we're going to be taking a look at some of the stuff that's been hanging out in the background there for however many videos now. I'm not going to do it with like the prices and all that kind of thing, because the point of this isn't like showing off or flexing or whatever. It's more just going through some of the things that I think are interesting, some of the things that I wear most day to day, and just some of my favorites. So let's do it. Alright, here we are at the wardrobe. So I'm going to kind of start off on one side and then I'll move over to the opposite side and then pretty much get everything. So the first thing, you might see these pop up in the background occasionally, is these two little hats here. So we've got first up the ACG 3-in-1. This came out, I think it was FW16, this one. It's got a pretty distinctive look, as you might see. They sold out pretty quickly, and since then, they've commanded quite a high price for whatever reason, because they're not the best looking thing in the world. They're a little bit unusual, and not exactly the most wearable thing. So this isn't something that I actually wear that much, but I think it's quite a cool piece. It actually came with a little balaclava as well, so that's where the 3-in-1 name comes from, because you've got a couple of different ways that you can wear it. So that's that one, and you'll also find over on, well, just underneath rather, we have this rather large hat here. If you don't know what this is already, I've shown this off in a couple of Instagram posts and videos and that sort of thing. This is the Outlier Fuck It hat. As you can see, it's a very over-the-top looking thing, but I do think that it's super cool. The brim is adjustable, so there's loads of different like shapes that you can put this in and stuff. It just looks great. It's such a unique piece. It's so big and oversized as well. And Outlier on their website have done a really cool job of styling this in loads of interesting ways. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit different, oh, it is water resistant as well, actually. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, then yeah, this is a pretty cool thing. That was, of course, just the corner, but the main event is the jackets, which takes up a pretty big space of the wardrobe. So let's have a quick look at exactly what some of those are. I don't have every jacket that I own on here, but these were some of the ones that I thought were a little bit more interesting or unique in some way, or just ones that I end up wearing quite a lot. So starting from the left, we have the ACG Deploy jacket here, this first one. This came up in a review maybe 1 or 2 months ago, something like that. And it's a pretty interesting piece. I really like the coloring. It's very unusual. It's not something that you see very often. So yeah, I liked it a lot in my review. I'm glad that I picked that one up. Next to that, there's a North Face 1990 mountain jacket. Not something that I wear too often, but it does fit me a bit better now, which is good. And then there's the Uniqlo Block Tech next to that, which I looked at a very long time ago now. The Arc'teryx, the Atom mid-layer jacket, which is super nice. This CP Company jacket next to it is something that I've never really featured at all, I don't think. But this is a pretty interesting piece. It's made from knife oil, so it's got this very weird, crinkly kind of appearance. It's got goggles in the hood, it's got a lens for watch viewing as well. It actually looks quite cool. The pockets as well are a little bit similar to a J28. I did think this jacket was maybe a little bit overpriced because it's not that substantial, the material is quite thin, but apart from that, I'd say it's pretty well made. It's maybe a little bit big for me, so I don't wear it that often, but it's an interesting one for sure. Next to that, there's a couple of Riot Division pieces. This one is a bomber jacket from the latest collection. I'm going to be reviewing that and another jacket, I think, next week. So that one's coming soon. Next to that, there's the Lizard Parker as well, which is one of my favorite Riot Division jackets. That one was pretty nice. There's the Orion Cloudburst next to that. That popped up in a review 2 months ago, maybe a bit less. The Gorilla Group jacket, one on from that. And then over here, one from the end is probably my first Techwear jacket, I think, and still one of my favorites. This is the Black ACG Alpine jacket. I love the fit of this, I love the styling, I love the super extended neckline. The fit is pretty good as well. It's got the jacket sling, which I think is really cool. So yeah, this is still one of my favorites, and I think for good reason as well. And the one on the end is another one that you probably wouldn't have seen before. This is the Outlier Shelter from the Storm. It comes under their Experiment line, which is where they keep, in my opinion, all their most interesting stuff. And that's going to be popping up in a review in the next couple of weeks. But I really, really like this one. It's got a semi-understated appearance, but it's still quite interesting too. and it's very high quality and it just feels nice. But of course, it's not all about the jackets. There's a couple of different pairs of shoes down here as well. We've got a couple of Acronym boxes, which you probably would have noticed. There's the Acronym Vapor Max, these ones here. Below that, the Downtown Air Force One. Behind this Acronym box, there's an ACG Dog Mount in there, which is in its box, and next to it, the Owens Oblique. That one popped up in a little Techwear pickup type video. I've not done a review on those yet, but that's another thing that's going to be coming up very soon. Behind that one though, there's something that's a little bit interesting, which might be something that you guys haven't seen before, at least not something that I've shown off, and that is the Y3 Casa Sandals. Taking obvious inspiration from the Casa here, these are a much more lightweight version. They look great with a black pair of socks. I think these are super cool. Unfortunately, a lot of the time in the UK, it's a little bit too cold to wear these. Certainly is at the moment. We're deep into winter right now. But next summer, definitely going to bust these out for the 1 or 2 weeks where it's actually warm enough to wear them. All right, let me stick these back in here. Next to that, two shoes that you probably recognize, the Y3 Casa in grey and the Acronym 2018 Presto in grey and black. The Casas are a silhouette that I really like. I think these are very cool. I also really like the colouring as well. I think that it makes these shoes look really nice. The downside of these though, particularly in this colour, is they just seem to look bad with everything. I don't really know why, but on feet, I don't like them that much. They make my feet look massive, and they just don't seem to go colour-wise with basically anything else I own. So as a result, I don't really wear these at all, ever, but they make a nice display piece, I guess, so money well spent. Underneath here, one shelf down, there's a pair of Nintendo Vans, which is something that I basically never wear, but they do have a pretty cool box because they look like a NES, so that's kind of cool. And next to that is something that's a little bit unusual that you might not have seen before, so let me get these ones out. This is the End and Saucony collab White Noise. I picked these up when they released, which was maybe 2 years ago, something like that. It's totally not the shoe that I would normally buy, and as a result, I don't wear them that often. But I think in terms of colouring, these are really, really cool. I think all the different colours and the textures work super well with each other. And the box is pretty sweet as well, having this clear perspex thing to display them in. So if I get these out, you can just see like how well all these colours and textures work with each other. It's not the best looking shoe in the world. It's a little bit kind of chunky, ugly sort of deal. The laces are 3M reflective as well, which is quite cool. And there's this nice little like missing no type pattern inside, which I like. But yeah, it's just one of those weird things that I happen to own, and you'll probably never really see them come up in anything apart from a video like this. That's really enough on shoes for now. Let's take a little bit of a look at the bottom section, which hopefully I think you can just about see that on camera. But we've got different pairs of pants. We've got different sections for jumpers as well. So the left-hand section, or will it be right for you? No, left-hand section, that's where I keep all the cargos. Initially there was just like 1 or 2 pairs here, but it's ended up growing and growing, and now I've got loads of pairs of black cargos and pants and similar things. So normally these would sit here. These are the new pair of Outlier Pants. They're another experiment. Again, they'll be popping up in a review with the jacket very shortly. At the end of the day though, they're all pretty similar. I feel like I play it quite safe with pants. I basically just stick to black. I think it's a flattering colour, it works well with basically anything that's on the top half, so I play about a little bit more with different silhouettes and cuts and that sort of thing. Let's pull a couple out anyway, actually. So on the top, there is these Garuda ones, which are super nice. I wear those a lot just because of the comfort, and the fit is so good. Underneath that, there is these are the Nike Lab Acg Cargos. These were the first Techwear cargo pants that I picked up. I used to wear them a lot, now I don't as much because I bought these in a large and now they're a little bit big for me. Underneath that, what have we got? Oh, this is a pair of the Outlier Strong dungarees. They have a super durable feel. They're a little bit plain looking though, so I'm definitely in favour of the cargos instead, which are a little bit more exciting. They've got this little pocket on and a few other details, which is nice. But as I say, that's going to show up in a future video. And underneath this, what have we got? These are a pair of Cloudburst Pants, which I've actually not featured on the channel, but these are quite nice. They're very minimal looking, they're quite smart, and they have quite a high level of water resistance as well, so those are pretty good. And there's another pair of the Cloudburst Pants under that. I did do these in a review. These are super unusual, and honestly I've found it difficult to work these into a fit, but I think they look great on their own. They're super unique, super unusual. I love all this belt detailing as well. They're really lightweight. Yeah, I've got a lot of good things to say about this, but they're just not very wearable. And finally, on the bottom, there is a pair, oh no, not quite on the bottom, in fact, there's a pair of the Riot Division 2-pocket pants. They're pretty lightweight, they're nice and comfy, and right at the bottom, I don't know why these are at the bottom, certainly not least, is the Atg Woven Pants. I love these, I wear them a lot. They've got a really nice cropped shape. You can turn these up, and it says Nike ACG on the underside. Can I show that? Yes, I can. Yeah, if you turn these up, it's got the branding on, which I really like. The fit is good. These come up super big though, so make sure you buy a size down if you go for those, and they'll end up fitting better, trust me. Right, I feel like this is basically going to be an exercise in me just pulling everything out of this wardrobe, but whatever. Let's keep going. Let's go over to the next section. So the next little bit is CP Company and Stone Island stuff. So there's a Stone Island Shadow Project hoodie, that top one. No, it's not a hoodie. It's a crew neck sweater. Underneath that, there is a red CP Company jumper, which is very thin, very lightweight. It's the nice red color as well. It looks pretty good with other Techwear things, I think. And underneath that is something that, hang on, let me get this one out. So this is something that you probably wouldn't have seen because I only wear it on very rare occasions. It is a Stone Island Ghost sweater. It's really, really nice actually. It looks a bit bad because it's a bit scrunched up and folded. But yeah, it's very light. It has this really nice texture to the material. And I love the tonal badge as well. The only downside of this is that I'm a little bit terrified to wear it because it's such a nice, delicate, light color. I just feel like I'll get it ruined if I wear it anywhere. So as a result, I definitely don't wear it as much as I should. But it is a super nice piece, and Stone Island Ghost is something that I really like, and it's definitely an underrated part of Stone Island for sure. I generally find that, for me at least, Ghost and Shadow Project are the two main things that I will go for. I don't really wear normal Stone Island stuff because I much prefer having the tonal badge. I think with the regular Stone Island badge, it kind of makes it looks a little bit too flashy, makes it look like you're trying to show off. Whereas with this, it's not quite as visible, and I like it much better as a result. So that's that. Over in the corner, there's a couple of weird bits, which you might not have seen come up too much. So over here, we've got, this is an Axel Arigatou crew neck jumper. It's got this, I don't know what language this is supposed to be, if anything. It was called the Fonto crew neck, I think. And yeah, it's just got this weird pattern on, font rather. And then on the back, it's got this little lily, which I thought was quite cute. They did actually send this to me. I wore it in a couple of videos. It's super comfy, so I wear it like in the office and stuff. But yeah, in the Techwear videos and in Techwear outfits, it's a little bit too kind of minimalist, I suppose. The retail is also quite expensive as well, but I would keep an eye on the website anyway, because if some of the stuff goes on sale, then, you know, consider picking it up, because some of it's quite cool. Underneath that though, there is a Kenzo and H&M jumper. This is not really something that I wear very often, but it's got some zips on it, which is a bit weird, and yeah, it's got this super garish sleeve pattern going on. I think it's a bit ugly, to be honest, but that's kind of why I like it, because it is so ugly. But it's not something that I wear that much. And underneath that, this is another interesting one. This is something from On You, which I included in a review quite a while ago now. This is it's a membrane sweater, so it's a pullover crew neck, and it's got really high levels of water resistance, which is quite unusual because this thing doesn't have a hood. It's got quite a snug fit, it's quite an athletic cut, but it looks really nice on if you're not wearing too much underneath it. And it's a very unusual piece, I think. It's got this little bit of pocket going on down here as well. It didn't fit me amazingly before because it was a little bit small, but now I have lost a little bit of weight, so I might actually be able to get into this and start wearing it more. So good job, this video reminded me about this sweater. Over on the right hand side, there's some more sweaters. The top two, these ones over here, these are both from Cavempt. So the top one is a document crew neck, which I really like, and the one underneath that, I actually can't remember the name of it, but I wore it a couple of videos ago. It's got Cavempt written on each kind of shoulder blade, and then on the back it's got pictures of people shopping online, which is kind of cool. And then underneath that, there's a plain orange jumper from a UK brand called Set, and then underneath that, there is an Unknown London XL sized jumper, which is very cozy, and it's got the South Korean writing on one of the shoulders as well. So you might have seen me wear that a couple of months ago back in some older videos. One tier up in the cuddly toy section, we've got Snoopy rocking the ACG hat. It's not Nike Lab ACG, it's Nike ACG. So it doesn't have the design input from Errolson Hugh and Pals. It's more of a retro inspired line. The hat was okay, it was maybe 25 quid, something like that. So it wasn't massively expensive. It's a little bit short, so it does fit quite weird, but it does actually go on my head, which is a bonus because most hats are a little bit small for this giant boy. The Snoopy itself is the Uniqlo Cause Snoopy collab thing, which seemingly everyone who makes YouTube videos seems to have. I've seen this like in so many video backdrops. There's also a Ditto Gengar plushie that I got from one of the Pokemon centers in Japan when I went a couple of years ago. And also this little dude, I can't remember his name exactly, but he's the little deer guy that's ridden by the main character in Princess Mononoke. So that one's a little bit obscure, but it was a film that I particularly liked, so I just wanted to pick something up from that. And then if you go one up into the top, I tend to swap around what's sitting up there quite a lot because I can never really find something that fills the space. But in front of my nice little bamboo plant that I got from IKEA for like £3, nice, is an Alfa Motif bag. The main reason that's there is because it's such a nice square shape that it just sits up nicely, whereas a lot of bags kind of slump over. So yeah, nice job on making a bag that stands up easily. It's quite cool looking as well, so I do take that out occasionally when you just want to carry one or two bits, but not too much. And then right in the corner, you probably can't even see it, but it's hanging on a little hook over here. Got my back towards the camera, which I know is bad practice, but here we go. I'm not a professional. The Patagonia Atom Sling. This is not something that I actually wear that much anymore, purely because I've got some newer and some other cool bags, like the Alfa Motif one, for example. Yeah, this is one that historically I've liked quite a lot. I reviewed it a very long time ago. This is one of my first Techwear reviews for this bag. And I know a lot of people have looked at this bag fondly since. Unfortunately, they don't make this exact version anymore. The new one doesn't have the 3-point harness, it just has the little 2 bits. So like this section that attaches kind of round the chest, it doesn't actually come like that anymore, which is a bit of a shame because I think that was a big part of its appeal, at least if you're a Techwear fan. So that kind of sucked, but what you gonna do? And that's mostly it for the wardrobe. There's a couple of other bits that are hiding up on the top. You've got things like, oh, I can't even remember what's in all these boxes. I think there's the Presto Utility mids first, and then one over you've got the VaporMax Utility. You've got a pair of Jordan 1s. What are they called now? Jordan 1 All-Stars, that's what they're called. Which I actually really like, although it's not something that I wear very often. I'm not a massive Jordan fan, but those ones just caught my interest for whatever reason. There's the Commuters in light bone, and there's, ooh, I can't remember what those ones are. Oh, this is just an empty box for the Presto Low Utilities, which are sitting on the shelf back there. I probably should talk about that little shelf, in fact, because it's something that you will have seen in pretty much every video, just chilling here in the background. A lot of these are things that I tend to just wear quite a lot because they're super wearable, they're very easy to just stick on, both from a comfort perspective and from a going with other things, because they are just black shoes with white soles. But anyway, there's the sock racers on the end, which are pretty comfy, maybe not quite as comfortable as I like, and I think at retail they're a little bit overpriced. There's the Y3 Retro Boosts. These were probably the first Techwear shoe that I bought, although, you know, they don't have water resistance or whatever, but I think what a Techwear shoe is somewhat up for debate anyway. But I've worn these loads, so I've got a lot of use out of these. You can tell because the sole is going kind of yellow and gross, but I think they look great. They have a very futuristic vibe about them, but they're not quite as crazy looking as some of the Y3s can be, so I find them very wearable. One over, there's the Presto Utilities, super high levels of water resistance, but not massively breathable. And then there is the Flyknit Racer as well, right on the end. These are super lightweight, they're pretty good for running in. They're not as comfortable as some other shoes because the instep cuts in quite a lot. So you might find that if you're walking around in these, then it kind of feels like you're a little bit off balance. And they got a little bit played out. They're a kind of like popular shoe of 2015 maybe. I think they were quite hyped. And there were loads of different colorways. That was one of the more interesting ones to me, I thought, the Oreos. But there were quite a few suspect ones as well, which were not really too great. And one final thing, the shelf above that, it's not a toothbrush collection, as people like to say in the video comments. It is a little mini collection of Lego architecture buildings. So I've got most of the little cityscape ones, because I think they're super cute. I love the scale of them. Architecture is always something that I've been kind of vaguely interested in, but I've never really taken that much of an active pursuit. You know, I don't go researching stuff. But I appreciate a nice looking building. So the Lego stuff kind of fits the bill for me. It's a little bit more kind of mature, I guess, than a lot of the Lego play sets. But but I still get to have fun building stuff, so that's where they go. And that is pretty much everything. There's a few things that I haven't really shown off. I didn't talk too much about bags. There's one that's sitting here. This is the Spider Bag Jack roll top. This is something that I use quite a lot. But there's a few others that are hanging around as well. In one of the drawers, I've got a bunch of Alfa Motif stuff. I've got some Orbit gear stuff as well. And those are all things that I kind of rotate around and wear pretty frequently. But apart from that, that's pretty much everything. If there's something that I've shown off in a video before or reviewed before and it hasn't shown up here, it probably is still sitting around somewhere. There's a few jackets on the back door over there. There's a few that are sitting in another wardrobe as well, but it's stuff that I maybe don't use as much or I don't find as useful, so I wanted to reserve this space for the things that on a regular basis I am actually going to get out and put on and make use of, because ultimately the stuff that's most interesting is the stuff that I want to have A, easily accessible in this big open wardrobe space, and B, in a good location so that when I'm doing all these videos and stuff, you guys can actually see what I'm using and what I'm wearing a little bit in the background. So I hope you enjoyed taking a little look through this wardrobe. I hope everything was okay in terms of the camera angles and stuff. I've not done a video like this before at all, so it's a little bit unusual for me, but hopefully it all worked out okay. But of all this stuff, do let me know in the comments what your favorite thing was, what thing are you most hyped about, and if there's anything that's the opposite and you're like, why on earth has he got that? Then stick it down there in the comments because I'm going to be looking through them for sure. And if you enjoyed the video, you want to see some more techwear stuff, then please do remember to hit the like button. It is very much appreciated. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Shout out to Nothing Face and to Marco. Both of you have picked up Dorai's Aaron stuff in the past, so thank you for leaving your little reviews in the comments. And shout out to Salty as Trash. Yes, there's definitely going to be In Shadower stuff coming up soon. I will sort that out. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit of a bonus, bit of a special thing. It's not something that I'd often do either. But yeah, thanks for making it to the end. If you want to catch some more videos, which will be some more regular techwear stuff, they'll be going up there at the top. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please consider doing so, because there'll be more cool techwear-y, fashion-y things coming up soon. Just hit the little circular button and you'll be a winner.